What's up, everyone? All right, well, here we are, big green day, up 8,600 bucks. Every time I wear the pineapples, I have a green day, an awesome green day. Well, they didn't let me down here. This was a solid day. I'm really happy about it. And I made another 130 bucks in my TD Ameritrade account, small account challenge. So I'm making some good progress there, slow and steady. Now, if you guys haven't already hit that subscribe button right there, you better hit it so you stay up to date with my latest sweatshirts. Got the pineapples here. We've got the dogs right here. These were, who let the dogs out? I don't know. Impostable right here. That's a good one. And then get ready for summer. Summertime. Oh, the t-shirts. They're gonna be crazy this year. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for what's coming next. It's gonna be an exciting year. I feel good about 2020. January was a little rough, some ups and downs, but finishing here with a green day yesterday, really solid. Green day today, again, really solid. That's $12,000 in 2 days. Let's see what we can do for tomorrow. Wild Card Friday. All right, everyone, so time for midday market recap. We'll go over the trades from this morning. I'm gonna finish the day up $8,640.92, which is pretty solid. I was up a little over 10 grand, so I gave back about $1,500, but that's okay. It's fine with me. This is one of those days where I could have walked away up only 500, but I kept trading, and next thing I knew, I was up 700, 800, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000. I could have walked away then. I kept trading. Then I was up 7, 8, 9, 10, and I stopped trading on the first pullback. So now I'm going to throw in the towel. It's about 10:30. This is a great time to throw in the towel and say it's a solid day. And I wouldn't be up 8,600 if I hadn't, kept trading until I had that first decent sized loss. So no regrets here. Happy with the day. $8,600 of profit plus another 130 in the small account with TD Ameritrade. DTSS was the big winner. VVNT was pretty good too, and these other three were a little bit smaller. So let's start by going over the gap scan from this morning. So let's put this up for historical date and time. So we'll do this for 9:20 a.m. All right, so at 9:20, our leading gapper was SSNT. And this was a tricky one for me because right out of the gates, this stock, SINT, right out of the gates, the stock squeezed up. And I wasn't really expecting it to squeeze up as much as it did because the pre-market chart to me looked kind of weak. It had this high way up here around 378, and then it pulled back. It was below the VWAP, but the bell rang and it surged up to 290. It hit a high of 296. On this 1 minute pullback, I got in right here at 287 for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. I bought 10,000 shares. It squeezes up here to 312, and through this breakout up to 320, I made $1,600, 1,600 bucks. And then I got back in right here. False breakout, and I ended up losing 1,000. So I'm only up 575 on the stock. So at that point in the day, we're 3 minutes in, and I was like, oh man, I just went from up 1,600 to up only 500. Is this the time that I should stop trading? I gave back more than half my profit, but I didn't hit the daily goal. Generally, I say if I give back more than half my profit after hitting the daily goal, I stop. If I'm up 500 bucks and then I lose 400, I'm not going to stop trading usually because that's, even though I gave back half my profit, it's not a lot of money. It's not my daily goal. So I was fine with continuing trading, but I was telling myself, listen, be careful, because if you go in the red, if on your next trade you lose 800 bucks and you're down 300, then you're going to start to feel frustrated and emotionally charged. Going from up 1,600 to down 300, now it's starting to get a little bit more upsetting. So I took it a little bit easy. And I was like, let's just hold off for a second. Let's just watch the market. So SSNT ends up consolidating kind of sideways and pulling back. Meanwhile, VVNT, which was on the gap scanner, a little further down the gap scanner, down here, up 6% with light volume. The bell rings. And this stock, which gained 50% yesterday, from 12 up to 18, squeezes from 18 all the way up to $23.86, and it did it without me. I was watching it. It was on the watch list for a gap and go trade, but I didn't take the trade. I didn't take it, number one, because I was focusing on SINT. And the reason I was focusing on SINT was because it fit within my price range, it had more volume, and I felt that it was less risky. VVNT for me just seemed very risky. Even as I sort of prepared my order for it, I kind of felt my heart beating a little faster because I was like, this is a type of stock that it either does this or it does the opposite. There's not a lot of in between. It's either a big win or a big miss. And I was just like, man, I don't know if I can afford a big miss right now. So I didn't trade it there. I did end up trading it right here on the breakthrough VWAP from $20.70 up to 22. So $1.30 per share. And in that trade, I made $1,600. All right, but that wasn't my second trade of the day. My second trade of the day was on DTSS. DTSS, out of nowhere, pops up and hits our high day momentum scanner. And you can see that right back here. So where did it hit the scanner? I think it hit it, no, it must have been right here at 260. All right, so this stock was mentioned in the chat room as being a mover. It was a stock that was already up, let's see, right about here. It was, what was the price? It was at about 230, and then right here pops up to 248. So even before it hit the scanner at 260, some of you guys who have scanner filters that are a little bit different, we're already seeing that this stock was starting to move. At this point, when it hit the scanner at 260, it was up 39%. Down here, it was up probably 25% or something like that. So here we go. First micro pullback. That's the first opportunity to get in. Here's the second. Here's the third. And I'm holding it into this halt going up at $3.95. It resumes from the halt. It dips down for a second. I added at $4.30, $4.30. It rips up to a high of $4.93, and I took some profit at $4.70 and $4.90 and held the balance of my position, which was only about 500 shares, into this halt going up. On resumption, it drops down. I buy it at 4. Let's see, actually, where was my entry? It was, I think it was 4.11. It was 4.11. It was 4.12. So I added at 4.12. It dropped coming down, but then it did a false halt. So it looked like it was gonna halt going down, and then it turned around and squeezed up. So I added at 4.12. It squeezes up here to 4.80. So that was a nice bounce off the low. Added some profit right there. And then I sold as it started to consolidate sideways. Sideways, sideways, sideways. My last trade on it was right here. I got in at 83, 483 for the break over $4, or 383 for the break over $4. I thought that it was gonna rip right through that $4 level, but it did not. And so I ended up stopping out of that with, unfortunately, like a $1,600 or $1,700 loss. Yeah, so that trade was right here. Those are my orders. So 81, 83, 84, 85, 86, 85, 89. And then I tried to hit the bid, no fill, and then hit the bid down here with some slippage. Or what was this? Maybe I was trying to sell on the ask. In any case, we got this drop here all the way down to a low of 44. I stopped at 47, ends up bouncing back up to 78. Which sometimes happens. It's usually why I don't like to sell into a flush, but in this case I did. And so that was my last trade of the day. Now, in between the last trade on DTSS and my first trade on DTSS was when I took the trades on VVNT, on the breakthrough VWAP, ended up failing, but still was a winner. RKDA got halted. We got a halt on RKDA here. There was news out at 10 a.m. It halts at 5:43. It resumes high. It dips down for a second. I added at 580. It pops up to a high of 608. I took my profit, was done for the day on that stock. So a quick $487 with 2,000 shares. And then NNVC was the last stock I traded before that final trade on DTSS. And that was right here for the break over 1150. I was getting in at 1148 for the break of 1150, and it popped up to 1158, and then a high of 1170. So only $80 of profit there. But all things considered, this was a pretty good day. You know, it would have been obviously better to close above 10,000, because always a day above 10,000 is, you know, a wonderful day. But, you know, I kept trading and gave back a little profit. So that's fine. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of January, and hopefully I can get one more really nice trade to kind of cap off this month, which has been a roller coaster. You know, I started with some losses, dug myself out, dipped back down, dug myself out. You know, it's just been up and down. And it's partly because I think it's been sort of so choppy or so whippy and up and down with me, because some days have been really, really hot, and then the next day has been terrible. So it's been like really hot and then terrible, and then really hot and terrible. And so it's been harder for me to predict, is today going to be the day where a stock like DTSS keeps going? You know, or is this the day where it hits 393 on the first halt and fails, right? Because this did 2 halts in a row going up. Whereas we've certainly seen on the days where stocks don't work well, more like what we saw in RKDA, where it halts going up and then just totally fails. So it's been a little choppy out there, but I'm glad that I've got some profit. My only trade on DTSS in the TD account was this break of VWAP. So that ended up, I took my profit there. I held it in the main account, and that was a mistake. So anyways, you know, I was looking for a bigger move in the big account and took the small base hit in the small account. So $130 here. That'll put the TD account up to $3,629.58. But I've got no buying power for tomorrow. So unfortunately, I used all my buying power on only $130 of profit. You know, and of course, if I was trading in my TD Ameritrade account as the only account, I would have bought this and probably done really well through this first breakout. But it's hard to pass up $5,000 of profit for a small account challenge. I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I'm also, you know, I've got to use some common sense. So I traded it at the time that it just didn't happen to be quite as strong, but that's okay. So anyways, live to trade another day, you know, and even if you finish today red, go over the trades, go over the stocks, and, you know, take some notes and try to come back tomorrow, you know, a little bit tighter in risk management and maybe a little bit more picky on quality standard for the setup. And remember that we've got a new month right around the corner. All right, you guys, so that's it for this recap. I'm gonna do a second recap exclusively for the TD Ameritrade Small Account Challenge, so we'll start that one right now. Hey, it's me again. The most popular video on day trading on YouTube was made by me. You can check it out below if you haven't already. And as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I personally respond to every question that's posted on my channel.